Today I'm going to be looking into mastic gum, or Chios Mastiha as they call it in Greece, and we're going to take a deep look into the origins, into its uses, its benefits for health. So if you're looking for an all-natural chewing gum with no plastics, no artificial sugars, that is all natural and good for your oral health, then I have found a perfect solution. Today I'm going to be talking about a very unique foodstuff that is sometimes called a superfood, but it's not officially recognized as a superfood, and it's only produced in one place in the world. It grows on an island in Greece, in Chios, and it has been a bit of a trend lately as it's been advertised to help with sculpting the jawline. I think it goes with this mewing trend at the moment where everyone wants this defined jawline. We're going to go through the history of mastic gum, what it's used for, and the compounds that are found in the mastic gum that are not only good for your oral health but are also good for your gut health. It is fascinating when you do a deep delve and you find out more about the history of this product. And that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. I'm going to be teaching you a bit more about the origins of this mastic gum, and I'll let you know how I went with it after 2 weeks, so stay tuned and let's start with the history of mastic gum. Mastiha means to chew in Greek, and it's been used for over 2,500 years. Hippocrates was revered as the father of medicine and used mastic gum in his treatments. He prescribed it for digestive issues, oral hygiene, wound healing. Mastic was considered a natural antiseptic and a breath freshener. Herodotus was known as the father of history. He mentioned mastic resin as a valuable commodity from the island of Chios, highlighting its role in early commerce and healing practices. Around the 14th century, they've been harvesting this resin, and it has been known to be as valuable as white gold. They've also given it to sultans during that era as a gift. During the Ottoman Empire, stealing mastic gum from Chios was considered a serious crime, and historical accounts suggest that thieves could be sentenced to death by order of the Sultan. And it has been so prized that they had to make sure that the villages around Chios Island, where it is grown and harvested, had labyrinth and fort-like structures to keep invaders and pirates out of the city, because they would have stolen the mastic gum. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Helen and I love to research topics related to health and well-being and spirituality, because it all links. So if you're enjoying this video, then give it a like or consider subscribing to Spirit Being Life for more related content. So this ancient tradition is only exclusively done on this island where the trees are grown. The tears of Chios is a rare botanical resin that's harvested from the Pistachia lentiscus variety Kaya. It is a slow-growing evergreen and native to the Mediterranean and found almost exclusively on the southern side of Chios Island. Chios has a unique combination of dry winds, limestone soil and humidity that triggers resin production. It has a dry summer, which allows them to harvest it without rain washing the resin away. It is a very expensive product. So my 20 grams of tears of Chios was about 40 Australian dollars, and it retails at about 350 American dollars per kilogram. Now, one of the reasons why it is so expensive is because of the growing process, the way that the farmers have to put cuts into it to allow the tree to expel this resin and try to heal the wound that is created deliberately from this bark. If they didn't do this, they wouldn't get any resin, but they have to do it in a careful manner so as not to kill the tree, because too many deep cuts can cause the tree to die eventually. These trees can be centuries old, And it's only after about the 5th or 6th year can they actually start to create the mastic gum and start to harvest from these trees. And one tree creates about 200 grams of resin per year. So you can see that it is a rare and expensive product. From July to December, mastic farmers in Chios make 20 to 600 small incisions in each tree's bark to draw out the resin tears, which slowly drip, dry and harden on white limestone covered ground. After 15 to 20 days, the hardened resin is carefully collected. The large pieces are picked by hand and smaller droplets are swept, sifted and cleaned in the field. The resin then dries for several months in cool cellars before women in the mastic villages hand clean and sort each piece with knives. Finally, the Chios Mastiha Growers Association washes, grades from 1 to 5 and packages the purified mastic for use in gum, food and cosmetics. They don't use any industrial machinery, so it's all done by hand, and that is another reason why it is so expensive. So the compounds in mastic gum are said to have over 120 which are antimicrobial, which have antioxidants and are also antibacterial. They are said to be good for your oral health. They are said to help to protect your mouth from cavities, as it neutralizes bacteria, and studies have been done on this also. So I'm chewing mastic gum right now, and I can tell you it is 10 times harder to chew than your standard chewing gum that you buy at the supermarket. And that actually has an added benefit of working out your jaw, your TMJ. If you're looking to sculpt this area of your face here and bring blood flow to it, it's an excellent way to do so. So chewing gum is great to have before a meal because it is said to stimulate saliva and also digestive enzymes. So it's beneficial to chew this gum before and also after a meal. The benefits of chewing this gum after a meal is that you are protecting your teeth and your gums from tooth decay because it is meant to neutralize the acid in the saliva. Mastic gum is known for its various health benefits. It is a prized ingredient in oral care, digestive support and traditional medicine. A 2002 literature review across 14 studies confirmed that mastic gum and its essential oil inhibit plaque buildup, support caries prevention, and show strong antibacterial and anti-inflammatory effects. Complementing this, a clinical study found that 3 weeks of chewing mastic gum, including pure and xylitol enhanced varieties, significantly reduced a key bacteria that is linked to tooth decay. So mastic gum is also used for digestive support. Chios Mastiha eases indigestion, heartburn and stomach pain, may reduce symptoms of IBS and IBD, and has been shown to combat Helicobacter pylori, the ulcer-causing bacteria. It also promotes beneficial microbes and eases symptoms like bloating, acid reflux, heartburn and indigestion. It has also been studied in other areas and it is said to be beneficial for heart health and lowering cholesterol. So mastic gum has also been studied to help with lowering cholesterol, to help the kidneys, and also it's been used for wound healing, for skin irritations, etc. Mastic gum may support heart health and metabolic balance. In this study, daily intake of 1 gram of Chios mastic gum over 8 weeks led to notable reductions in total cholesterol and fasting glucose levels among healthy adults, particularly those with higher body weight. No adverse effects were observed on liver, kidney or digestive function. Chios Mastiha may lower liver enzymes associated with damage and reduce liver inflammation. In a 2007 study, participants who took 5 grams of mastic gum powder for 18 months experienced lower levels of liver enzymes related to liver damage than participants who did not. A newer study found it effective for protecting the liver while used as an anti-inflammatory in mice. Chios Mastiha is prized in skincare for its ability to tighten pores, reduce oiliness, soothe irritation, and promote a clearer, more balanced complexion, making it a natural ally for both acne-prone and aging skin. It supports wound healing by reducing inflammation, soothing irritation, and promoting tissue repair. They make oils out of this. They make capsules out of this as well to aid in digestive health. So it's used in many different ways. Mastic can be taken in different forms. It can be chewed, swallowed, or applied topically, depending on your health goals. So there are 3 different sized tiers available on the market. Larger Mastic Gum nuggets are typically the softest to chew, followed by medium and then small tiers. Then you have the powdered form, which you can add to capsules for digestive support and other health benefits. You can also use it in culinary applications by mixing it in drinks or even used as a spice. So the dosage and format will vary by purpose. You'll want to start low. You want to avoid during pregnancy or breastfeeding. Check for any allergies that are related to the plant species, and choose trusted brands. Chios Mastiha is one of the oldest known Mediterranean spices and imparts its distinctive woodsy pine-like aroma to a wide range of foods. It's traditionally used to flavour festive breads, brioches, biscuits and Easter sweets across the Aegean. It also enriches desserts and the chewy, stringy ice cream known as kaimaki. It flavours bread in Greece and Cyprus, cheese in Lebanon and Syria, and is considered a luxurious ingredient in Arab cuisine. Today, mastic resin is crafted into diverse products from chewing gum, creams, lotions, and oral care items, with its most vital applications found in global medical industries. Now, it is a bit of an acquired taste, and if you do decide to try it, expect to have a pine fresh taste. It is not bitter, at least I've found it hasn't been bitter. It's pleasant enough that the kids can also use it. So I've given them a few of these tiers of Chios, as it's called, and they've actually enjoyed it. Here are some of the tiers, if you can see them in my little glass container here. So these were the ones that I purchased and I've been using for 2 weeks. And I've got to say I'm pretty impressed with the results so far. So as I chew this gum, I can really feel the workout happening in my jaw. And what I do is I move it from one side of my jaw to the others, to the left and the right, and I make sure that I chew evenly. I just do that for about 20 minutes or so before a meal and after a meal. So if you chew the gum before a meal, it is said to be beneficial because it activates the saliva and the digestive enzymes which are meant to aid in digesting your meal. But also if you chew the gum about 20 minutes after a meal, it can also be beneficial in protecting your oral health by also stimulating the saliva and neutralizing acids. If you find that the gum is very, very hard and you start to feel strain in your jaw, then I would suggest just to reduce your chewing time until you feel comfortable. Never keep going if you feel strained. I have heard some stories of people having difficulties with mastic gum, especially when they've had prior dental work. So if you have fillings or any other work done, just be cautious because it can get very sticky and it has been known to pull out people's fillings. So be very careful with that. can buy the medium tiers and the larger nuggets. And the larger nuggets are said to be a softer chew. So if you are concerned about dental work and so forth, I would choose the larger nuggets to chew on. So I've been chewing on the medium-sized nuggets, and I've been doing it for about 2 weeks, about 2 or 3 times a day, each with 20 to 30 minute sessions. So it's really helped me to shape out my face a little bit and fill up my face only in the 2-week period that I've been using it. So I have seen the effects of it. Also, when taking the gum, I do feel more digestive ease, and it's easier to digest certain foods, and I don't get as bloated with certain foods. So it does seem to really help with digestion as well. I also tried another resin and chewed it like chewing gum. I believe that these were a mix of frankincense and myrrh, which are both native to Ethiopia's dry woodlands. They're also valued for their aromatic, digestive and antimicrobial properties, although they haven't been extensively studied like Chios Mastiha. They are commonly used to burn incense, although you can also do this with Chios Mastiha. They were very bitter in comparison and have none of that piney, woodsy flavour that you would find in Greek mastic. The texture of the chew is good and it's softer than the Greek mastic, but especially at first the bitter flavour makes it hard to enjoy. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you found it informative, and that you leave knowing more about mastic gum, its origins, its history, and if you're going to use it, now you know what you're going to expect. If you've used mastic gum or Mastiha powder or any other mastic products, let me know in the comments below and share your experiences. For now, I'm going to say bye. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video.